What is up, Envoys? And today I have an Ember Prime build for you guys. Starting off with the Archon Shards, we have 2 red for ability strength, so we're close to 200 as possible. 1 yellow for casting speed, as we want our abilities to cast faster. Now for these last 2, this is up to you. I have 2 blue for armor. I do go into high level content a lot, and it might sound stupid for a frame like Ember to have armor. However, it feels really nice with it, and without it, you do go down a lot faster. If you don't want these blue shards, you could always do 2 more red for more ability strength, or you could do parkour velocity. Truthfully, whatever you want. You really probably won't need strength because of her passive, which we'll go over that in a second. Anyways, on to the build itself. The first thing is Brief Respite and Augur Secrets. We are shield gating alongside Catalyzing Shield, so we shield gate easier. This is another level of protection for Ember, especially when you go into higher levels where she absolutely needs it. Yes, we are using Healing Flame in order to get a lot of healing and Overguard, but as you go higher in levels, Overguard just gets deleted. We do have another way of producing Overguard just in case. However, when enemies can literally one-shot it, at higher levels, it's nice to just have multiple layers of defenses, especially with Ember. Moving on to the Exila slot, again, if you're not going into anything above ETA or Elite Temporal Archimedia, do not use Prime Sure-Footed. This is here because, like I said, when they literally one-shot Overguard off of you, it's nice to have a backup plan in order to do it. So Prime Sure-Footed is here for that reason. If you, 1, don't have Prime Sure-Footed, or 2, you're not going above level 1000, just put Power Drift here for some more more strength, sorry. Moving on to the rest of the build, we have Flow for some energy, Archon Vitality for the health, and the fact that we do use fire, especially in our abilities, so the stats effects are doubled, Equilibrium for more health and more energy, Continuity so we have some duration, and Umbral Intensify for more ability strength. Moving on to the arcanes themselves, we are using Arcane Steadfast as we do cast our abilities a lot, especially our 3 and 4. You could use Energize if you have it. However, do note in this particular case, Steadfast does come out on top as you will be casting your abilities a lot. And then Molt Augmented for a lot more ability strength. Now, one thing I want to talk about real quick, other than the fact that we are using Roar of Aurora 1 for the faction damage, is our passive. Now, I normally don't talk about operator schools. So your passive gives this ability strength with enemies within your affinity range that are affected by heat, right? Affinity range is 50 meters. I do use Vazarin for the sheer fact that you increase your affinity radius by 25. So you go up from 50 to 75, which is really nice, especially when you're in mission and their enemies are spread out because you're with other players. 75 meters is really nice. If you don't want to use that, you could always use your normal Madurai, but I like the extra affinity range for Ember. All right, moving on to the weapons. The first one is we have Cyto 9's signature weapon, the Reconifex. We are using this because of the unique passive. Whenever you get a perfect reload, you gain heat, which is guaranteed, which is very nice. So we are now producing fire. Your normal stuffed Aptitude Chamber, Critical Delay, Vital Sense for crit chance, crit damage, multi-shot, and status chance. Prime Shred for the extra fire rate and punch through. Prime Cryo rounds and Malignant Force for viral, as we will always have heat because we will always get that perfect shot, perfect reload, my apologies. So we have heat viral, along with Merciless for some damage, and Vital Vigilante supplies for the extra 5% and just more ammo. I do have this really broken Reconifex Ribbon because it's got the minus reload speed, which doesn't matter because as long as you get a perfect reload, it makes no difference. If you don't have this, this is essentially your flex slot. I would put a Bane mod here based off of who you're fighting. But I won't be doing that because this is a really nice ribbon. Moving on to the secondary, I won't be going over in detail with this particular build. This is just a heat viral Epitaph build with secondary fortifier as a way to gain extra overguard. Realistically, this should be encumber, so you produce more status effects. But I've gone over this build many times. You should already know the power of the Epitaph and how great it is and whatnot. So moving on to the final weapon, we are using the Hate Incarnon. For the first evolution, we are using Swordsman's Flourish for more base damage and 100% combo count chance. Then we are using the Resolute Force for 10 seconds combo duration. And then we are using Subtle Force for the increased crit chance and status chance. Now, for the build itself, use whatever stance you feel comfortable with. We are using Disciplin's Merit. That word always gets me. So that every 4 melee hits, we are guaranteed a Tennokai. Then, as your usual, Galvanized Steel, Elementalist, Condition Overload, Berserker Fury, Blood Rush, Weeping Wounds. With melee inflictions, because we do have a way to knock them on their ass. For this, you may not have a Riven like I do, crit chance, crit damage, and then minus status duration. Again, just put whatever you want here, reach, Bane mod, more damage. It's up to you, truthfully. And then we are also using the Burning Hate augment mod. So when hate damages enemies afflicted with heat status, they become vulnerable to 120% more status damage. Now, this sounds insane, which it is, because one, we're always casting fire on enemies, and even if we're not, the Incarnon evolution actually gives guaranteed fire. So we don't have to actually build for it, which is why you don't see any fire mods on. Yes, does it say explosive blades? That is not correct. That is actually just fire. It does not do blast. It literally does fire. Why it says explosive, I couldn't tell you, but when you see explosive blades, it is fire. So we already have in the Incarnon form fire, which is why we don't have to build for it. So this is constantly proccing, especially for the fact that we're using Ember, so everything's affected by fire. Moving on finally to the companion, we are using the Dethcube Prime to produce a massive amount of energy, as we are using Energy Generator and Synth Deconstruct as a way to produce energy and health for us, as more of a way to just constantly spam our abilities, because we're casting our 3 and 4, because I love explosions or just setting things on fire. Basic run-of-the-mill build: Swift Death, Vacuum, Primed Regen, Animal Instinct, Enhanced Vitality, and Guardian. Guardian is here as an extra level of defense in order to prevent us from dying in case, for whatever reason, our shields go away. We are using the Tazicor. I don't know why it's glitching out right there. For Cold, Magnetic, Corrosive, just some extra damaging types, especially with Shiver and Contagion, which spreads the status to everybody, which is extremely nice. All right, moving on to the Simulacrum build. I will not be showing off Ember's abilities here in the Simulacrum, as you need a lot of enemies for her passive to work, and just in general get yourself going. So I won't be showing off the abilities. That's what for the Steel Path solo run is, so you can see that in action. But I will show off the guns, first using the Reconifex. As you can see, even at the base, it's really good, but when we start doing this, you just start deleting these guys. Here we go. Oh, is there one more? Where? Oh. Epitaph is not really going to be used as a weapon, more as a status spreader, essentially. But I will show off. Let's get this going. There we go. Just need a second to build it up. one. There we go. And I guess I can show off the abilities real quick, because we might just be able to just spam them. So we're going to do this. Let's armor strip them. Just sit here and spam this. Normally, if you have her passive built up, you could just delete the room with ease, like without even thinking about it. Well, that is the build for you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Next, like I said, is the solo steel path one, where you can see her passive in action along with everything else here. So once again, until next time, Envoys, bye.
Whispers thunderstorm, going back to claim my throne. 1,000 eyes, a burning gate. You came too far, now meet your fate. The stars align in silent screams. You walk on curtains, shattered dreams. The blackened tide begins to rise. Truth looks away and reason dies. Blood on the circle, ash in the sky. Run if you want, but you won't survive. Breath of the void, glow of the flame. Say my name, go insane. I'm the end, I'm the flame. I'm the end, I'm the flame. I'm the end, I'm the flame. Say my name, go insane. I rise from the day below. No life, no hope, just what want to know. I burn in the blackest flame. You run, you fall, still you call my name. The air grows cold, the light turns red. Your mind not safe inside your head. Sanity cracks, it's far too late. I feel some fear, I twist your fate. The walls are breathing, shadows crawl. Your heartbeat beats beneath it all. A voice you knew begins to change. Now nothing here is still or sane. Blood on the